Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Teresa Giudice thinks she cracked why RHONJ is paused and surprised. It's toxic. As loyal fans impatiently await the fate of the Real Housewives of New Jersey, it's been the stars of the show who have fanned the flames with their own assortment of fodder. From opinions, predictions, and theories, we've been given an array of potential outcomes that the future could hold. But for now, we can only assume that the hit series is on an indefinite Bravo pause. One of the most prominent and vocal voices in the conspiracy department has been the original herself, Teresa Giudice. Convinced that she is the be-all, end-all of the Garden State, she has been quite adamant that without her, the show cannot continue. However, as time continues to pass, and no decisions have been made public, Teresa has developed a new set of theories as to why the show is on pause. In the latest episode of her podcast, Turning the Tables, Teresa was joined by her daughter, and soon-to-be Bravo star Giudice, to discuss an array of topics, including her new show, Next Gen NYC, and her own podcast, Casual Chaos. Of course, part of the conversation revolved around Gia's experience on The Real Housewives of New Jersey and how it helped her prepare for her new show. But when discussing the original series, Teresa made some bold accusations about why the show is currently in limbo. Gia mentioned how her show was reminiscent of the fun early days of her mom's show and how RHONJ has changed. She evoked Dolores Catania's name by recalling what she said when she came on her podcast. She said that now, because you guys have a little more free time, you're on hold. She's been watching more on Bravo, just like you. And she goes, Jersey is seriously the only franchise that I see that holds grudges the way that we do. Any other franchise, they fight, they argue about something, but then 2 seconds later they're over it, Gia said. Teresa replied, well, Dolores says that because it's not her family. If it was her family, then she would have a different tune. If I hold the grudge, it's because it's my family and anyone else that's attacking me. Noting that their show is known for hitting below the belt, Gia claimed that the Real Housewives of New Jersey got toxic so quickly. And that's when Teresa agreed and alleged that the toxicity is why they were on pause. While she may be right that the show turned toxic, it's also very much Giudice revisionist history. The Real Housewives of New Jersey has absolutely had some drastically toxic moments that should have never been aired. But it got that way because of the stories that were being told. The family feud between Teresa and Joe Gorga would likely not appear on screen if it had been any other family in the world. But because this was their job, all the dirty laundry was put on screen. There could have been off-screen mediation that could have possibly helped, but would that help ratings? When it comes to toxic characters, Teresa certainly contributed to that department. Feeling like the queen bee of the show, putting herself in direct competition with Melissa Gorga, and lacking any semblance of accountability, caused some of the major rifts on the show. Yes, other women on the show have created brutal moments, including Jennifer Aydin. But when we discuss the show and its roots, it's unlike any other Bravo franchise because of the family element. Not until recently had anyone held Teresa's feet to the fire. There have been low blows by countless people throughout the 14-season run, but Teresa is absolutely not innocent in the conversation. The toxic situation revolving around the siblings and cousins had its roots in Teresa's firm belief that she was the victim at every turn. By creating that environment, it caused tension among the cast. When it reaches the point where the two main stars refuse to film together, it has all the makings of a toxic environment. As much as Dolores tried to bring peace at the infamous Last Supper at Rails, it was futile. There was never going to be hope until Teresa realized her fault in the situation. Her flaw as a character is her inability to understand the writing on the wall. By claiming that the show is on pause because it's toxic is putting the blame somewhere else. The viewers will forever be split on their opinions, but we all have eyes. We've watched the show since day one. The evolution into toxicity is real. But there has been one common denominator since the very start. Teresa, the enduring star of the Real Housewives of New Jersey, RHONJ, has always been at the center of the show's drama. However, recent events have led her to reflect deeply on the show's current hiatus and the underlying issues that have surfaced. In early 2025, Bravo announced a pause on RHONJ following a tumultuous season 14. Teresa, during an interview with Pix11's New York Living, expressed relief over the break, describing the previous season as very toxic. She emphasized that the drama from the season finale remained unresolved, and the hiatus provided a much-needed respite. Teresa has been vocal about the impact of social media on the cast and their families. In a heartfelt Instagram post, she condemned the hate and toxicity circulating online, attributing it to individuals unaffiliated with the show who spread false narratives for personal gain. She highlighted how this negativity has affected not only the cast, but also their children and businesses. The familial tensions within RHONJ have been a focal point, particularly between Teresa and her brother Joe Gorga and his wife, Melissa. Teresa has made it clear that her relationship with them is permanently strained, stating, "No, that's a permanent break." All the way, she expressed that the show's early seasons were less contentious, but the introduction of her family members led to complications she hadn't anticipated. Teresa also addressed the challenges faced by her husband, Luis Ruiz, who was drawn into the show's drama. She acknowledged that he was just thrown into that, and had no desire to be part of the conflict. This sentiment reflects a broader concern about the personal toll reality television can take on individuals and their relationships. As RHONJ remains on pause, Teresa is focusing on her family and personal life. She has 4 daughters, a supportive husband, 2 stepsons, and 4 dogs, creating a bustling and fulfilling household. While the future of RHONJ remains uncertain, Teresa's reflections offer insight into the complexities of reality television and the importance of personal well-being. In conclusion, Teresa Giudice's perspective on the RHONJ hiatus sheds light on the challenges faced by reality TV stars and the impact of public scrutiny on their lives. Her call for an end to online toxicity and her emphasis on family underscore the need for a more supportive and respectful environment for all involved.